and they'll make that sound, and then the turkeys will kind of answer.
I've heard owl too.
Owl too.
Yep.
And it'll give you an idea of an area you might want to set up in the morning.
Yeah, so the point of that is if you know where they're roosting, you can't obviously shoot them out of the roost. But if you know where they're roosting, you can get up early and go sit in that area. Your chances obviously increase because they have to come down from there, and when they're coming out of the roost, they're not flying birds. They can fly, but they're not flying far, right? So you sit in that area. Once light hits, it's usually like clockwork.
You did say you can't shoot them out of the roost. Right?
You cannot. No, at least not in Michigan. I don't know about other states.
No.
But I know you can't.
It sounded more like you said.
No, can't.
He said can't.
Okay, we're just making that clear.
Yeah, so
Can't.
So you want to, you can set up in that area. Your chances in the morning are better. And that's what we do, right? We figure out where they roost. That's where we set up. If it doesn't happen, then we'll spot and stalk a little bit. So it's a good time, man. I love it. Never really had a lot of success at evening hunt, though. We've always tried to reverse logic. If they're roosting there at night, they got to come back there, right? Yeah. So it's kind of the reverse logic. But I've never really had a lot of success in evening hunts with turkey. It's usually midday or early morning.
Yeah, midday they're out there scratching for bugs, right?
Yeah, trying to scratch that itch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, but great talk.
Yeah.
This is a great, being the second episode of the season here, coming up on turkey season. Super exciting time for us, and get to see Kevin back in town, which is awesome.
It's spring. Get out in the woods and do some turkey hunting. Get out fishing.
That's it.
And shake off those wintertime blues.
That's it. So we'll see you next time here on the Outdoor Podcast.
All right, guys. You guys got to see a live filming of the Outdoor Podcast. You guys got any questions or want to ask Tim or Kevin anything, feel free to chime in on YouTube and TikTok. I just figured it actually makes for a cool looking video. You guys are chatting. Did you guys talk about those wreck broadheads? Or no?
No, we didn't. We just
why don't you guys show them now? You guys can show them now to the people watching the live streams. Pretty cool.
Okay, yeah. So we've got a bunch of wreck broadheads. They're up in Frankenmuth, Michigan, and I've used their broadheads. The tip of them is a solid piece of metal. And I smoked a deer. I wrecked a deer with these. Actually,
what's up, Noam?
Actually, one of my biggest deer I ever took was with a wreck broadhead.
The head on that's so vicious, isn't it? I like this one a lot right here. This is the one I was thinking about hunting with right here.
Yeah, it's got the bleeders on it.
Yeah, there's the mechanical. I don't think the XP's in there though.
Pretty cool stuff.
They gave us an XP, but I don't think it's in here. I think he had to bring it separate. It's like the new model. It was the newer model. I think it's called XP. Is that right, No? Is it XP?
Yeah, so those of you that are just joining us too, what we're doing tonight, this is our kind of normal, well, usually Wednesday, we had to switch it up this week, but we usually get together and do our podcasts once a week, and we're kicking off the first part of the 2025 podcast season, 8 years. We've been doing this for 8 years. It's been amazing.
For those,
math wrong. I think it's 9.
Well, I know last
2017. 2017.
Last year was season 7 on Carbon TV.
Well, we might have said it wrong. So 2017 was the first year. So 1, 2, 3, plus what we have now. So 8 years.
Yeah,
8 years. So if you guys want to join us on that, if you're a team member, let me know if you're interested in being on the podcast. We have no problem tapping you guys in. In fact, it would be cool, I think, to do 2 or 3 guys together and do like a group
100%.
conversation. Not too many people, but let's say 3 plus us up north. We can go up north and hang out up north and do it.
We do a little, kind of a little hunt camp roundtable, if you will, with all you. So that would be really fun. I mean, I always like switching up the conversation and hearing from all you. I only have so many stupid stories to tell, and I love to hear all your guys'. So it's a good time.
There's a good wreck broadhead for turkey.
Yeah, oh yeah. Look at that baby. That head's nice too. You get a nice hole with that. And then this is the new one we just got sent. I didn't do the video yet on this, but coming up, the Katana.
How is that name
from
not been
Annihilator?
Taken? I mean, that's just a great name.
I would think it'd already be gone too. I don't know.
Katana. I mean, that's a blade, right? That's like a knife blade type of thing or whatever. But that's
it looks pretty cool. Annihilator's known for that suction one. You know
what it reminds me of a little bit? Remember those? What were those plastic broadheads? those black ones. You
It
know what
actually
I'm saying?
reminds me of the F4 from Carbon Express.
That too.
You
Yeah,
remember
with
that
those
one?
bleeder. With
Yeah,
those
it's
bleeder,
just the same
yeah,
look.
yeah,
The flat
yeah,
with those
you're
two
right.
bleeders on
Yeah.
both sides.
Yeah.
I feel like we might not have that anymore, but we did have them for a long time, those
Yeah.
F4s.
Yeah.
Because I'll never forget the F4. That was like...
That was pretty sick looking. This actually looks pretty sick looking too. It looks heavy duty for sure.
Yeah, it does. It does look very good.
We're gonna throw this through some wood. Or
I'm going to throw that here next week through the metal and the wood, and then
Nice.
I think we'll throw it up north maybe. Here's the thing, like, I got these ideas that are some actually pretty cool ideas, like fun, like stuff to do, but I don't want to do it here because I feel like it's too dangerous. You know, like, I'm just saying for distance.
So when Kevin's
like, I need...
again?
No. I need woods behind me so that when I shoot, if it hits and deflects weird, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
one was a
Do you
tequila...
shoot it like into a hill or like?
Well, one was like a tequila jar, but
Yeah.
it's real thick glass. And I thought, well, what if it hits and like goes up in the air or something, right? I don't think it's gonna hurt us, but I don't want it to land in someone's yard or something, right? So
shatter, yeah.
I was thinking maybe we could do it up north, you know, no one's around, just be like boom and see what happens. Because I think it would be like, you know,
Yeah.
I think it'd be sweet. And I also thought about using one of those solid heads, not a broadhead, like a, you know, the punch
I
head.
know exactly
Where
what you're
it's
talking about.
boom, so it just transfers the energy right into it.
We do those. You got they have those heads with the 22 in it.
Yes, you could shot. Yeah, well, that'd be a little wild.
Blow up
but-
a couple
I'd
pumpkins.
like to see what this does in the gel.
Oh, that would be a good one for the
Realistic
gel
gel,
to
yeah.
see if how it splices.
The
We do have
trails.
some gels we can use too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, be good stuff, man. But yeah, no, it's been a good night to kick off the podcast. Dave and I did one earlier. Talked all about.
This is the second episode of the year right here. We just filmed, but
Yeah, some of
what
the
did we talk
Michigan
about? Oh,
regulations.
yeah, we did the
and-
CWD talk, guys.
Yeah.
It was vicious, but
Yeah.
I'm totally down. I mean, I just we got to talk it through. I mean, it's got to be some communication.
This is the first I heard about you can pay to bait this year.
Well, it's not.
I don't
No.
think it's
It's
this
not.
year.
It's not through yet. It's
Yeah.
it's a bill they're putting through. So there's multiple bills right now.
Okay.
One of them is a bill that you buy a tag, you get 2 free doe tags,
Okay.
but it doesn't change the original price. So the original price is still $20, but you get 2 doe tags along with because they want to get the population down. Which that one makes a lot of sense to me. And if you give me the baiting for $20 at that time, I think I'd be okay with that because you're basically getting 1 doe for free. You're buying one, and then I can bait them in, so I'm going to kill all 3 deer. You know what I mean? To me, that would be a benefit.
But the thing is, like, that's great for state land. People, I don't think. I
Well,
would do that
no.
on
But a
private.
good example is like on Kevin's
You know?
land. I didn't see many deer in the spot I was in. He was getting them all in his field, but I would bait that spot in front of me and pull some deer in.
Yeah.
And maybe those deer
No,
are
I
never
guess I
going to
mean
his.
The tag thing, not the baiting.
Oh, the tag thing. Yeah.
tag-
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna take like usually we do like a QDMA type
Yeah.
type of thing with the property. So
Thanks, John. Appreciate the
manage it
comments,
a little
man.
bit differently, but that's the thing is like you compete with state property regulations and private property regulations, and you know there's a lot of they're like up in the hunt club area where I hunt at, thousands upon thousands of acres of private land.
Mm-hmm.
That their regulations are
Yeah.
never going to matter unless the people on those properties are following them.
Yeah.
If they're doing their own thing, it's going to be
Yeah.
a little bit different. They're not going to get the results that they think that they're going to get, if they're going to get the results that they think they're going to get anyway. So
Yeah, that really looks like that F4 though. On
Yeah.
the side, you can see it on
That's
the
what I
side.
said. That's what I'm looking at like that. I like to see.
Yeah,
it.
I wish we had one. I really
Looks
do.
like
I would like to
going
put it
through
side
the
to side. I still think it's a little different. It's got more of a different shape
flare
compared,
on the end, yeah.
but it would be interesting to see them with each other. You know,
This looks like that.
I like that head. I think that'd be a great head for a compound bow.
What's the new jet? I mean, the new fighter jet.
F30,
The one that is.
Stealth?
It looks like a stealth.
Yeah, that is sweet. Yeah, the Annihilator. I never shot one at a deer. There was people on the chat that did, and they said it did a good job, from my understanding. But that's the one that had those big divots in it, like big
Bust
suction
those
cup.
ribs up.
Yeah, I'm sure it does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Just like some of these old compound bows we got, they all do the job.
Oh man, did they? I mean, they did though. That's
Oh,
the thing. I mean, it all depends on distance and shot and placement and all that stuff. But I mean, shoot, they've been killing deer with traditionals for
Still are.
thousands of years.
Still are, man.
So,
Wish
pretty
I
cool
could do it.
stuff.
Wish I could do it someday.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for
This
camp to be
year.
opened up this year too.
Maybe that's this year will be.
If baiting's open, I would do it because I know I could pull one in. You
shoot
know.
one out of that redneck line on the field there with the trad bow.
Maybe. Do you think you could actually draw that bow in there though? That's a big
Oh, yeah.
bow.
No, you could.
Is there enough room in
Remember
there?
the windows, you got the windows up and
vertical?
down.
That's what I would do then, put the bait right at the vertical area. So that way when they come in, you just open that window and try your best not to hit the blind.
I love it.
But that'd be a good head for that too. You know, any sort of like stinger, Magnus, remember those? The
Yeah.
stingers?
I got my kids a couple of bear archery traditional bows for Christmas this
Did
year.
you?
What's up, Ramsey?
Yeah, they're super excited. You know, they're takedowns, so they fold up pretty easily, so we can take them up to the property and shoot them and stuff. So I'm excited about that.
Oh boy,
It'll be fun.
I can't wait.
Hey Kevin, they can also drive.
If I can,
So-
if I find an arrow in my camper, I'll
Oh
be
man,
happy.
yeah, no doubt. I'd be pissed too.
You can
find
find
Yep.
here on the camper.
Yeah,
Oh.
just be careful on the roads, as I got.
They can
That's all I
stand
gotta
up on
say.
the hill and aim down towards the fire pit, so it's.
100%. 100% in the ground when they miss, for sure.
It's actually a good idea though.
Did
You
they
could stand
tell
on
you-
that hill and shoot
Oh,
down.
yeah,
That's actually a really good
perfect
idea.
way to set the target up.
Yeah.
That's how I sighted
We
it
could
that
clear
once.
that left side off a little
Yeah.
bit from the fire pit, the left side, like even a little deeper than we originally did, and we could put target right there.
That's
Yeah.
right. It was
Shoot
funny
on that
last
angle
year-
too,
And
that
there's
way.
never anybody back there.
No, never see anybody. Have you
No,
ever seen anybody back there?
No, when we were up there in the fall, when I was up there when Brian came out, it was so funny because I had sighted my crossbow, and I was setting up where the trailer is
What's up,
shooting
Razor?
down exactly like what you're saying. And our neighbor across the street is doing the same thing with his crossbow. We're just all getting them ready. It was so funny. But
What's up, Darren?
did Dave tell you what happened while you were gone down here?
What happened?
You didn't tell him?
No, I ain't telling him. Kidding me?
Come
You're
on.
crazy, bro. I didn't do it. so
I thought
don't
you were.
care.
I thought you were
ain't.
joking at first.
No, I don't say anything.
Until I saw it.
It's Bob's fault, not mine.
Oh,
So I'm not getting
okay.
involved with
All
Bob's
right.
issues.
Bob
He wants to
wasn't
tell you.
even-
He can
Okay.
tell you.
Bob wasn't even here this year. I know you guys are full of my life. It might have worked except Bobby's been sick.
So-
Dave ruined it. Dave
So-
ruined it.
Was it last year? I think it was last year. I was by myself. I think I was here by myself. I think. But do you remember
You were because you told me after.
No, I wasn't alone. Actually, I wasn't alone. It was when the D loop broke. The arrow went behind the copper pipes. It didn't hit the pipe. It went like underneath it though. It was stuck underneath it between the nails and the pipe. Dude, that would have been like.
You know Dave too. He would have yanked that arrow out. He would have left, acted like he'd never.
I would've
been
ran
there,
out of
and be
here.
Like, dude, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened. Just burst. Yeah, right. As if you couldn't tell an arrow hit it. There'd be like a hole right in
What's
that
this
thing.
hole?
Oh my
It's like
god.
the perfect shape of a range broadhead.
No, it was a field point, but still, I couldn't believe it. If that was a broadhead, it would have did something. It might not have broke it, but it may be because it wasn't like it's at full draw. It was like this far. You know, that's probably why I didn't. That's probably did hit it. And it probably ricocheted it
Yeah,
because it wasn't a lot of power.
that's too funny, man.
That was the creepiest one. I mean, we've had the wall be hit, but that's not that. I mean, just
Couple
the hole.
times.
But that's not as bad as like hitting a pipe. Like that's bad.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's no.
Well,
We don't
you
want
actually
no
had to have
water.
some repairs done, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we gotta check that wall. By the way, did we cut everything out of there? We never. Did we ever get them out?
I think so. I got
Oh.
one, I think.
I can't remember. Is there any new ones over there? I can't believe, I'll be honest with you guys, I can't believe we have not broken the glass in the top right corner.
On the cabinet. Yeah.
I don't know how it's
100%.
possible because we've had
100%.
so many things where it flings down there,
Yeah.
and even just
Especially when
debris.
shooting through that metal.
Yeah,
and just-
debris.
yeah.
Like I would think at some point an arrow would hit it, but nothing. I almost feel like maybe
Well,
we
you
should put a
did-
shield over
You
that
did
or
500
something.
crossbow shots.
That's what I'm saying. Never had issue there. That was a cool.
Well, think about how many shots this basement is.
Way over.
Oh God, probably hundreds of, like 100,000 at least. I mean, it's
100,000? No.
no, maybe like
10,000.
I bet it could be.
no, it's way more than 10,000.
I don't know.
Dude,
Yeah, I
way
mean, it
more
could
than
be.
10,000. It's been since
I'm
2009.
good at math.
2009. You're talking. Well, we don't. It's not like we shoot every day.
30 times.
Let's just call it- you could do an average of-
300 times 3,000 plus.
I would suggest an average of like 15 shots a day.
I would say 8,675.
Yeah.
Just the quick math.
What's up, C Pro?
So, but
It's good to see you, man.
thank you.
Good to have you back. So I'm excited. I was super excited about getting back up to camp and opening that up. Kids had a lot of fun. It was cool. It was
Cool.
20
Cool.
degrees in there. So, and I got that hybrid, right? So it was.
He's got the
I had a pro-
thin walls.
Yeah, my furnace running and had an electric heater. It was 73 in the camp, but where we're sleeping, it's probably 50. But that's
That's
good
good
sleep.
sleeping with it.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Like
this
heater
wasn't
blanket
working.
on.
Couldn't get that to go online. I had to use the phone. It's
Really?
weird. Yeah,
Oh,
it was beautiful
yeah, I saw
quality
it spinning
too.
over there.
The quality was excellent, but they kept spinning. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, Darren, if you want to learn archery, just watch some of our videos. We have a ton of stuff, and it's really cool. Yeah, Frank definitely has, man. I hope you're doing well. All right, guys, we're going to go, though. We've been here a few hours, so everybody's getting tired, so we're going to get out of here. But the podcast, that you witnessed some of it, but the full episode and the one we did before this will be available most likely next week or the week after. And you can get it on wherever you get your podcast, audio-wise. I'm trying to post part of this to YouTube coming up. We're going to play around with that idea. And we did send invites to guests this year, again, for the industry. So hopefully we get some people on it. I did send a shout-out to Total Archery Challenge to see if we could do a quick interview with them this year at the show. I like to do that interview because I feel like I do the interview or you do the interview, whoever, and then I can take that interview and then edit all the video over the top of it, which I love because then it just makes sense. The guy's talking about what the show is, and you have those pieces.
Were you able to run a drone last year too?
I did, but I got yelled at and I had to turn it off. But this year at Boeing, that wasn't an issue the year before, so I plan to do the drone at Boeing, yeah. But yeah, all right. Anyway, thought on mechanical broadheads for elk. I don't think any of us are really able to talk about that. We're not really elk hunters, but I will say I don't think a lot of people use mechanical on elk, from what I've heard. Pretty sure it's a fixed
shot
blade.
Distance is usually longer.
Yes, you have
So you're
longer
losing
distance,
kinetic
70,
energy.
80 pounds on your bow, most likely. But none of us have. You haven't hunted elk, have you, Kevin? Or with a bow? I haven't either. So Tim definitely hasn't. He's the youngin.
Dude, I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but I played big game hunter. I've shot lions, bats,
Oh,
elk,
wow.
bear, pigs.
It's probably a fixed blade too, I'm sure.
Oh
when you
no,
did it.
totally
Yeah,
a duck hunter, like old duck hunter, Nintendo duck hunter.
A Yeti, shot a Yeti.
A dire wolf?
Yeah, a dire wolf. Oh my gosh. Crazy
Ow.
news. Crazy news. So, all right.
All right.